This is Sunday afternoon, May 9th, 2010. I'm in my Russian apartment. Earlier today, I published to YouTube a correction of the Roy Masters interpretation of gravity, which he had something more correct than what's being taught at the university, but didn't quite get it right, confusing fields and particles and so forth. But in that, I said I would clarify Einstein's error in making a variable mass, and I have done that. I've got a drawing I'll put on. And what we have is a set of experiments where electrical particles were sent into a magnetic field and they went in circles. To divert the particle in a circle requires a force. Every particle wants to keep going in a straight line. The force required to cause it to rotate is mv squared over r, where m is the mass of the particle, v is the speed that it's moving, and r is the radius which it's of its orbit. So the force, that's like the force out. It's really a force perpendicular to the path, causing it to go in. And that force is magnetic. We represent the magnetic field by B. And we represent the charge of the electron by E, or Q in general for charge, E for the charge of an electron, which is a negative charge. And the formula for a charged particle going through a magnetic field and being diverted is F equals QV cross B. For the particle moving, the V cross B, it would go in or out. This is left hand, so a negative particle would go towards me, a positive particle away in this magnetic field. If the magnetic field was going in and the particle came this way, then it would an electron would be forced down. V cross, putting the fingers in the right angle in a direction of B, down. And it's my left hand, so that's the way a negative particle would go. A positive particle would go just the opposite. So the problem was that there was an observing the mass and the charge and the speed and the radius and all these things observable. The radius was, the observed radius was not what was produced by the two equations being equated and solving for r. It turns out that you had to have what they call the beta factor, 1 over 1 minus v squared over c squared, where v is the velocity of the particle and c is the speed of light. Well, the problem is the electron is made up of vortons. Their surface is rotating at the speed of light. The magnetic field is made up of what I call magnetons. They are vortons, extended parts of an electron in a different configuration, and they're moving at the speed of light. And as the electrons move faster and faster, when the magnetic field cannot couple to the electron, because the surfaces are traveling essentially at the same speed. There's no coupling. All right, so that's where the 1 minus v squared over c squared is really a coupling factor having to do with the relative speed between any charged particle moving in a magnetic field.